Yeah, my name's Eric Todash. I'm Daniel's brother-in-law. I'm married to his older sister. We've been together pushing 13 years now, so Danny's been a part of my life for about 13 years. My beginning relationship with Danny has always been good. It's never been strained in any way, even through addiction, and what he's gone through and what I've seen him go through over the years. I, definitely feel bad for him. He's my family. I'll fight tooth and nail for him. And one thing that I love about Danny is that he, no matter what, when things were good, things are good, things were bad at their worst, he never pawned off what he was going through or what he was doing at that time on anybody else. He always manned up to his own shit, where a lot of people in our family pawn everything that they're going through. When hard times, they pawn it off or they screw up and make an ass of themselves. Always been straight up, no matter what the punishment may be. He's always taken it like a man. As far as him and his addiction, it's hard when you do have a family member angers you. It makes you sad. The main thing is, when they're out on the street and they're not somewhere where they're at, or they're not holding a job down. You worry about where they are, if they're all right, if they're eating, they're safe. Because with heroin, and anytime you do it, it could definitely be your last time. So that's the main scare. Overdose, or just if he's all right, especially when you're living on the street. As far as the addiction, I'm not one of those family members that preach and all that shit. When he would come stay at our house, I loved it when he'd come stay at our house, because me and his sister have 5 kids. I work, and when I'm not at work, I'm at home. I'm with my wife and my kids. So when my wife would call me at work and say that Danny was going to come over and stay a couple weeks, that's when he was on the street and, actually be able to shower and eat and sleep in a house and that. I've witnessed him, trying to kick numerous times, different rehabs, that sort of thing. Going to rehabs because it was either that or jail, that sort of thing. I remember some of the rehabs, Delancey Street, when he was out in New Mexico in the desert for a couple years, that was all killer. I think 3 days after he graduated that program, he was like that. So, the rehabs, I think some of them are really good, the methods they use, and then there's some of them that I don't really agree with, but that's my own opinions. At times he tried kicking at my house, and, it's sad, it's nasty, So, I remember the one time when he was kicking and straight on my couch, shit himself and, laying in puke. And, me, man, he was in bad shape, and I'm not going to let him kick it like that. So, I got him up, carried him into the bathroom and washed him off, got the crap off of him and the puke and that, and squared him away and put him back on the couch, and everything, at least get him squared away for the moment. So, it's hard, especially when you love somebody and you see him going through things like that, and yes, he brought it on himself, and it's a bitch though. When he was on the street and, just different things when he, because a lot of people that are, addicted to this drug, and if they are on the street, a lot of them have different hustles, that sort of thing when they're trying to get their money. And, Danny, I remember one where I think he came up on a beer shirt or something like that for a beer company, like a beer distributor, and he gaffled a dolly from somewhere and straight, ballsy, walked into a Rite Aid, I think it was, over in Hillcrest, and just loads up the dolly with booze, and just walks out the store, like he was a vendor and he was taking the stuff out to a beer truck, and they never said nothing. And I'm a realist, when he would come to us, and ask for money, or any of the other family. I'm a realist. A lot of our family members would say, don't give him shit, but he's gonna get drugs no matter what. So I'd rather give him the money than him go steal from somebody or put himself in a position stealing from a store where he's gonna end up in jail or wind up getting hurt. So, I had no problem doing that. They'd say, you're stupid, what are you gonna give him money for? So, and he's stole from, a couple family members. I think mainly my father-in-law. I think when he was staying over with him, because my father-in-law lives by himself, and he loves Danny, and wants to help him out. And God, I think Danny took his friggin' vacuum, leather jackets, all his DVDs, and he'd call my wife. My wife's dad would call her, bitching and moaning. God damn it, he stole all my stuff. It's like, well, you dumb shit. You leave him in your house when you're at work. What do you expect he's gonna do? Especially when you live in the area where he's hooking up, anyways. One time he took my oldest daughter's. Cleared out her bank, watching him go, numerous times, going to different rehabs, that sort of thing. In my opinion, a lot of them, it was go to the rehab or you're going to go to jail. And so definitely going to take rehab. Who wants to go to jail? Addicted to really heavy drugs in general, alcohol. A lot of them might have strained relationships with family, siblings, parents, friends, because they might have done something wrong to them, taken from them. The best thing that you can have in your life is in it, and I know a lot of people don't have family, and that's why they may be using, because they don't have somebody they can go to. But I think as far as kicking and getting off drugs, alcohol, whatever, is family. Family unit, family's number one. And I've always said, if you don't have that, you don't have nothing. As far as mine and Danny's relationship now, it's excellent. I mean, he's leaps and bounds. He's he's managing a meat department, where he works. Got a lovely wife. Everything is, excellent, and it's on the up and up. Even when things are good and you're not using, life is life, man. Situation life. It's just the way it is. So there's always going to be bumps. And our relationship now is, it's the bomb. My kids, me and his sister have 4 daughters and a son, and they love their Uncle Danny to death. So that's, that's pretty much it. I love him dearly. I'll do anything for him. That's it. Thank you.